That's right, we're back. Stealing world records. 3, 2, 1, go. What an intro. What an intro. It's the perfect intro. And if you thought it was the perfect intro, hey, you could subscribe. That would help me out a lot. I would appreciate it. You could also join the live streams over on twitch.tv/DragonBlitz. I'm still figuring out the YouTube live streaming thing. I probably will only do it like maybe once a week unless things get weird again, and then I'll have to stop doing it because YouTube doesn't like live streaming for some reason. It like hurts your channel if you live stream too much, which is really dumb. Anyways, so if you want to make sure to catch the live streams as often as possible, join the live stream on Twitch. But yeah, what we are doing right now is, of course, stealing world records. We have an upcoming tournament that's going to be starting very, very soon. Preliminary matches are starting soon. I am uncertain if I will enter the tournament. Maybe I'll do some preliminary matches for fun. I don't know. I'm very conflicted about the tournament because it's using the Bounty Hunter preset, which is, I don't know. I haven't had enough experience with it yet to know how I feel about it as a competitive preset, especially with like money on the line, stuff like that. Like for example, if I play worse than somebody else, but I beat them because I get a lucky like Vlad drop, that's not going to feel great for like anyone involved, in my opinion. But again, I'm reserving my expectations because I don't think I have enough experience to say whether or not this is actually a great idea or not. That's fine. But at the end of the day, it is a community tournament that I want to support in whatever ways I feel most comfortable doing. Ice Brand is a drop. Nice. So part of that is, you know, letting you guys know, hey, the tournament's happening. It's being organized by Jupiter Climb. You guys can, you know, Google Jupiter Climb. Go follow him on Twitch, YouTube, wherever. If you want to learn more about the tournament, join the Long Library Discord as well. That's another option. And I'll try and understand this preset as best as I can to try and give people information, my opinions about good strategies. Even if I'm not in the tournament, I want to take it somewhat seriously when I'm doing these, you know, stealing the world record meme, you know. Tall War seems to be a very common thing there. Anyways, Jewel of Open. So the way that this preset works is enemies can drop Vlad relics. The way that you find which Vlad relics or where they are, which enemies have which Vlad relics, is by using familiar cards. The familiar cards will give you the information that you need. So I am trying to think of best practices, right? And I think part of best practices for this preset is you want to kill as many enemies as possible, I feel like, whilst doing the minimal number of item checks, because item checks don't do anything in this preset. Like, I even think getting hit there just to kill the Spittlebone and have a chance of it dropping something is important. Same with killing this guy. I think because you are in a situation where killing enemies can lead to random drops that like just win you the game, I think your best practice is to figure out the best way to kill as many enemies as quickly as possible whilst also going from point A to point B. Because there's a lot of times in speedrunning where it's probably in your best interest to skip certain enemies. Yes, enemies can just drop relics. It's basically random from your perspective. The crits are making it awkward. Like, this guy you would never kill otherwise, but I think it's worth killing him. Just in case. You want to increase the odds of getting the drop. Because the relic drop percent is based off of your... the relic drop percents, from my understanding, are all the same. So regardless of what enemy you are killing, it doesn't matter what its drop rates are. The drop rate of getting the relic is the same every time. And at the start, I believe it's like 3%. So until you can increase your luck with Rings of Arcana primarily, that's like the main way to increase your luck in this preset, you are basically given a 3% chance of getting the drops that you need. But you don't know which enemy has which drops, so you should just kill everything. Except for Skeleton Soldiers, because you're guaranteed the first 2 Skeleton Soldier drops at the beginning of the run. Also, the only way to get additional weapons and items is by killing enemies. So because of that, I think it's also important to kill a lot of enemies because like finding items randomly on the map doesn't exist anymore. The tech in this preset is to not care about Alucard gear too much because it's only 30 luck. That is true. Like, the difference between wearing the Alucard gear and not for farming the relic is a difference of 1%, if I remember correctly. In fact, I should kill this guy as well. So if the Alucard gear is slowing you down from farming the enemy, it's not worth using. Which is just a good general rule. So this preset becomes a lot about trying to organize the best ways to kill as many enemies as quickly as possible in the beginning parts of the run, and then also routing in like which direction you should go for finding specific relics. For example, the complexity number is 6, which means that the odds of you finding a completely linear complexity chain is quite low. Jay Phillips, thank you very much for the Prime. I appreciate you. So, for example, I think in a higher complexity preset like Safe Logic, there is a high likelihood that going into the caverns right now is the correct play. However, because the complexity in this preset is quite a bit lower, I don't foresee that being the... Oh, there's no items down here. What am I doing? I don't foresee that being the best play because the odds of there being multiple relics on layer 0 alongside Jewel of Open is pretty high. So, for example, this Jewel of Open doesn't necessarily need to lead to progression right now. So I don't think it's worth going all the way through the caverns that quickly. Yo, what up, ASD? Thank you for the raid. Hope stream went well. I'm going through some old races to get a understanding of... It was an awful seed? Yeah. To get a better understanding of this preset, as well as to try and share whatever knowledge that I can. So that way, hopefully people can get, you know... Dude, I gotta stop checking items. That's like a bad habit. So that way people can get a decent understanding of the preset. Dannerdog did create a video that goes over the basics very recently, which is awesome. So I highly recommend checking out that video. Dannerdog makes fantastic randomizer tutorial content. Any Gambas going on? I guess I could Gamba a prediction on whether or not we get world record. Actually, if ASD, if you're able to do that for me, that would actually be very nice. So I can keep going. Thank you. I appreciate you. And then now I can do... Oops. Uh-oh. This is annoying. And there we go. Do I know about the Zorlo lore? We are going to check out the Zorlo lore later, I promise you. That was linked to me in the Discord. I haven't watched the video yet. It's 100% going to be an honest reaction from me. Oh. There is Zorlo lore. See? Okay, we did the correct play here, for sure. Which is not going into the caverns. So I think people who are used to more linear types of randomizers might make the mistake of, oh, I need to go... Do I need this warp? I might need this warp. This might be my best chance to get back to the Coliseum. Perhaps. Anyways. I think a lot of people would make the mistake of going into the caverns early, assuming that the complexity is linear. But because the complexity number is lower, there's a higher possibility of random Vlads. Or, sorry, not random Vlads, but random just relics in general. So because of this, I think it is in your best interest to do a higher density of checks as opposed to chasing complexity in a preset like this. As well as just kill as many enemies as possible. Also, it's really annoying to not know how much damage you were doing. I'm not going to lie. I think starting with Spirit Orb would actually be kind of nice, because it'd be nice to know if I was critting enemies or not when I kill them. What was the viewer count when I was streaming Elden Ring? I don't look at my viewer count while I'm streaming. I guess I could check after the fact. My guess is it was probably close to half what I normally get. because that's pretty common for most streamers when they stream a game that isn't their main game. They usually receive about half the viewership unless they are a variety streamer, and even then it can be. Gorgon. Gorgon is the Heart of Vlad. That's actually close to vanilla if you really think about it. Medusa is a Gorgon in mythical lore, and she gives the Heart of Vlad. Dude, can you get up here? I am really upset with you, Mr. Spellbook. Okay, this is getting kind of ridiculous. This is actually really absurd. I'm very fucking upset. Jesus fucking Christ, what the fuck? Anyways, it's fine. Does he never have an item to sell or a relic to sell? I think this librarian can sell relics, right? Yeah, Gorgon is the cow that can shoot out the stone gas cloud out of its mouth. There we go. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Yeah, they are referred to as Cataclysm in future Castlevania titles. All right, well, we wasted some time in the library, which is unfortunate. I think it is still worth killing as many enemies as possible. Dude, fuck off, man. Come on! I was hoping that would be Alucard sword, but it's Alucard, of course. There is some tech with checking item drops based off of the enemies you have killed. I think I might try that at some point. We'll see. We'll see. With this information, we are basically forced to check. I think we go Castle Keep here, right? Well, it's a tough call. Oh, I should do Out of Logic. Library. Well, I have the library card. I'll do it later. I have the library card. I'll do it later. That is another thing that's nice to know about this preset is you do start with a library card. And I think doing the Out of Logic check there may or may not matter. I don't know. Worst case scenario is I'm missing out on flight because of it, but I can come back for that later. My guess is the librarian doesn't drop stuff from his chair now. That is one thing about this randomizer is I feel like sometimes you just get lucky. This is why I say kill literally every enemy. This is another reason why I feel like literally first try. This is a competitive tournament preset scares me. Because that's the second time now I've done stealing world records where I've gotten a random Vlad drop. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, whatever. I'll just do it that way. What is that bridge trick? That's like old randomizer technology where you line yourself up in a very specific spot and then jump such that the bridge won't break. Oops. Shin, thank you very much for the gifted sub. I appreciate you. Do you not die in one hit? 2 hits? What if I do this? Decent idea, I guess. The only downside is that I don't have magic for this section, so I gotta do it the normal way. Okay. I definitely haven't played this preset enough to know all of the tricks and such, but I don't know. I'm very conflicted about a lot of the ideas for this preset. For example, I don't know if going this way is even worth it, but part of the reason why going this way ended up being worth it is because I got a random Vlad for free. Like, getting the Ring of Vlad for free is kind of crazy. Yes, you can reverse library, but you need to go to the second castle first. All right, well, we got our flight this way. So we got pretty lucky with grabbing flight in this spot. It's a pretty expensive form of flight, so I can't, like... I don't know. I'll try not to rely on it too much, but still. And nothing here. I mean, again, that's just an additional layer of getting lucky, because I could imagine people go to the caverns instead because, oh, there's 2 checks down there instead of 1, and then you know. But now, again, we get to basically skip caverns. We should be able to also do Spike Breaker out of logic, which could be useful. Funny enough, the library is in logic. The Soul of Bat is in logic now. Yeah, Gas Cloud can definitely be useful for farming, for sure. It's definitely not a dud relic. It's obviously amazing. It's just unfortunate that this is our fastest way to fly. But it's fine. We'll live. Eye card. All right, let's take a look. Frozen Shade. Okay, well, now we can go to the caverns to get the Frozen Shade pretty confidently. Likely the Gorgon will be our last Vlad relic that we farm for, since it's right next to the end of the game. So that's fine. Alufart is top tier in Bounty Hunter. Massively underrated. I could see that, yeah. There's definitely a lot of enemies that are easier to farm using Gas Cloud than most other things. Well, we have a lot of things open to us right now. I don't know if checking entrance is worth doing. I think we save split for it because of how slow it is to get over there. I don't think the only drop we've gotten from the Bloody Zombies is we got an Ice Mail, so Bloody Zombies could still drop a Vlad for all we know. Yeah, killing imps with Gas Cloud is great. There's a lot of enemies where Gas Cloud is very useful. Anything with low health that is like in the air, very easy to farm with Gas Cloud. The other thing that's nice about Gas Cloud is you can wear the Alucard gear like this and kill them, and you know, you don't have to rely on the Alucard's damage. You could rely on your intelligence to do damage. Alrighty. Whatever. I'll just kill him like normal. And Soul of Bat, really? Okay. I'll take it. Not gonna complain about that. Could you send me the other way, please? I think it's also worth going down here. Question, do we know if a Vlad relic gets put in the drop pool for Merman? Do we know which Merman it's supposed to be? Same with Medusa heads. Or are they just locked from being potential Vlad relics for that reason. Because they are two separate game entities and have two separate drop pools, even though they drop the same items. Like in the bestiary, they're counted as separate enemies. Do we know? Any knowers?
I'm interested in this.
Yo, LV. Thank you for the 500. I'm guessing Eld would have accounted for that. Okay, so we don't know for sure, but that would actually be important knowledge for sure. Okay. Okay, gold ring. That's likely our next step in the complexity chain then. Thank you for the good luck. I appreciate it. The librarian glitch does not work on PS4. Unfortunately for you. Nothing here. All right. This route is turning out quite good. We do need to go to the caverns at some point, but we don't need to do that right now. I think it's still worth trying to kill as many enemies as possible. I mean, for many reasons, but... maybe I should switch to Ice Brand for more damage for now. I don't think it was worth it up until this point. Yeah, the drop addresses are different, right? So, for example... you would need to, if they are in the possible drop pool, you would need to specify which one. Like, imagine if one of the familiar cards said red merman instead of the yellow one. Because those are separate. Same with, like, gold Medusa head or yellow Medusa head instead of the blue one. Like, you would need to specify. Rib card. Blade Soldier. That is in Colosseum, which we can go do in a second. Why am I checking items? Stop it! Stop doing that! Bad streamer, bad. Checking items is bad. Muscle memory is one hell of a drug. True. You just asked Eldritch about it? Okay, cool. This is what? Spikebreaker? Holy glasses. Okay, that works too. If they have the same name, they can drop the relic. Okay, so it just basically gives them both the same... Okay. That's nice. That's probably the way I would have wanted it to be handled, if possible, so... So Medusa heads, it could be either, and same with Merman. That's good. That's a great way to handle it, in my opinion. All right, skeleton blade soldier, something like that. And wait, are we missing the random Vlad that we got? Random Vlad is max complexity Vlad? Dude, this is so whack. This is so whack. We can beat the game right now, right? No, wait, we're missing I. No, do we have I? Oh, we are missing I. Okay. Stop doing item checks. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ. My brain. I thought we had all four with one missing, which was the ring, but we're missing one more. So the ring could be a random Vlad, or it could be max complexity Vlad. We don't know yet. Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm getting way too ahead of myself. Blade Soldier, it's this guy. All right. So then in that, let me double check. Blade Soldier. All right, let's go to the best farming spot. Also, let me check this real quick. If this isn't Ring, I'm going to cry. Okay, we found the random, or sorry, we found the max complexity, Vlad. It's Archer? Which one is Archer? Archer is in the inverted chapel. All right, we can beat the game now. We are 25 minutes in and we have everything to beat the game. Reminder that the world record is over an hour. It's just not fair, man. It's, you know, I think I am, yeah. Archer is one of the ones that I will use Gas Cloud to farm, I think. There we go. Yo, Ribba Vlad. Yo, Ribba Vlad. Wait, I got 2 Ribba Vlads? Hold on. Does that break the game? They probably accounted for this, right? Okay, they did account for this. All right, boners. Next up, we go to the caverns. Yeah, we have everything. This is absurd. Genuinely absurd. I have a lot of feelings about this. Because we know it's Catoblepus, aka Gorgon, Archer, and the Frozen Shade. Right? It's Frozen Shade, not Frozen Half. I'm going to double check. Frozen Shade, yep. What kind of feelings? I think the fact that this tournament has the highest prize pool out of all the tournaments so far is, people are going to get very salty. People are going to get very salty over this tournament. That's my prediction. Because this is fucked. This is pretty bad. And who knows how often some... Ooh, Dragon Helm. Thank you very much. I'll take that. Wait, I already start with Dragon Helm, don't I? Never mind. It wasn't the routing that made this lucky. My routing was pretty good as well, don't get me wrong. The thing that made this lucky is I got the final Vlad randomly as a drop without knowing that that was the nice soul steal, right? Because the way that the randomizer blocks your progression is based off of... I think we library card from here and then just go second castle and then win. The way that the randomizer blocks your progression is based off of how many Vlad relics you're able to get, and the highest complexity Vlad relic is what determines how long, essentially, you need to play the seed for. But if you're able to skip complexity and get the final Vlad early, which is a thing in other presets, don't get me wrong, you can skip a huge portion of the randomizer, finishing much faster, right? But before, those complexity skips were inferences. They were somewhat skill-based. Whereas here, if you get it as a random drop, it's completely different. I just got lucky. Like, I got a 6% chance drop on that enemy that I killed that won me the seed by like 30 minutes. And it's not enough that it's that you get an advantage. It's that you get an advantage that's like 30 minutes. Like, you can't outplay somebody who gets lucky. And don't get me wrong, there was definitely luck involved in previous presets. I don't think they can do that, Jammer. If there was a way to disable the drop until you get the card, then I would say that that's a better option. Still not amazing because you can still lose races due to the fact that your best odds of getting a relic to drop from an enemy is 10%. Like 11%. So if you're farming an enemy that has a lot of health, and the other person you're racing against gets the drops first try, and you get it like, you know, average 10th try, that's already a huge disadvantage. And that's just assuming that you get it 10th try. 10% means that you could get it, you know, much, much later than that. 20th try, 30th try is, you know, reasonable with a 10% chance. So it's like you're making a larger disparity in times that isn't necessarily a indicator of skill. I repeatedly said Bounty Hunter is not a good preset for tournament. Yep. But we're doing it. Look. I could sit here and discuss the... I have a lot of feelings about how this community handles competition. The fact that I had to drag a lot of people's opinions over the finish line, kicking and screaming about the tournament mode in the randomizer in the first place, aka getting rid of the shop cost for the shop relic. What are the two I have to get? It's Archer and Gorgon. Okay, so we just need to go this way. Right? I don't want to bring up the counterplay discourse again, but I think this community has a hard time understanding what makes for a good, competitive, fair competition. And you know what? People are allowed to have differing opinions, and that's okay. It will make for an interesting viewer experience, for sure. But the longer people play this kind of preset and the more they realize that, like, oh, you know, my favorite player that I was rooting for got completely screwed over because of RNG, like, that's not going to feel great as a viewer. I don't know. There's a lot of feelings and opinions that I could share that I'm going to choose not to. Because I'd rather just, you know, not make it too negative. I think ultimately having a tournament is a good thing. And I will... This is Sniper of Goth. This is not Archer. Yep, double checking. I think ultimately having a tournament is overall a good thing. And I'm allowed to have differing opinions about how to run a competitive tournament with money on the line. I do find it somewhat ironic that probably the most competitive singular preset tournament we've had with the Lycanthrope tournament had $0 in prizing. But for some reason, the casino preset has $3,000 in prizing already. That's my biggest concern. If this was a tournament for no money, my opinion, completely different. The fact that there's $3,000 on the line makes it a lot different, right? People are going to get very upset over the RNG in this tournament. I will save in case I die. There's a non-zero chance I die to snipers. Or archers, I mean. I understand pumping up the prize pool to legitimize the tournament. I think that if you wanted to legitimize the tournament in a way that got people excited, you probably wanted to make it so... Ooh, Ring of Ares is actually a really good pickup. Sure, why not? You would want people to feel like their skill is being tested in a meaningful way. Like, for example, this is absurd, right? I don't know. There's many things that are absurd about this. The fact that I have a massive lead because I got lucky. The fact that this guy has a bajillion health and the most efficient way to kill him is with Gas Cloud. And I have, at best right now, I think like a 6% chance. Ooh, actually, you know what? Fist of Tulkas might now be the best way to kill him. I just got a Varda drop? No, I didn't. I didn't see it. It was a Tulkas and an Ares. Back here. And don't get me wrong, there's always been RNG, right? RNG is part of a randomizer. It's normal. I just feel a little bit... I'm going to feel very bad when inevitably something like this will happen, where like the finals or in a very important match gets decided based off of, you know, a random drop, a random Vlad drop somewhere that saves like 15 minutes. Like here, I got very lucky that I got this within a certain number of tries, right? Like I definitely got higher EV than what is intended. Because I think my chance of getting a drop is like 6% right now. And I only killed like 6 of them. So again, I'm so much luckier. So lucky, in fact, that I'm going to kill this guy because it's faster to get to the next relic, and I'm not going to check the relic this guy has. Oops. Tried to get the Tulkas special out. Like, it's not even worth checking the relic. Because I can't speed anything up anymore. Maybe gravity boots would save a little bit of time climbing the part to get to shaft or whatever. I don't know. It's it's kind of rough. It'd be one thing, like I said, if it was for no money and it was just for fun, just to have the bragging rights of like, oh, I won the most recent tournament. That's fun. That's great. That's a good community time, right? But like $3,000 is a lot of money, especially for some people, you know? Like that's like a lot of money to win in a video game competition. Let me not die here. And for it to come down to essentially gambling with extra steps. In some regards, some matches, I think, okay, let me take it back. I think some matches will be incredibly competitive and the winner will be decided based off of skill. I think that is very likely to happen. But I don't think that's every match. In fact, when the matches are not determined by skill, they're going to feel very bad. That is my end thesis, is that it's going to feel very bad for whomever gets shafted. And if there was no money on the line, you could at least, like, you know, laugh it off and be like, you know what? Okay, I didn't get to go far in the tournament. It's fine. But when it's like, oh, I just lost my chance of getting, you know, a life-changing amount of money because the other guy got a 6% chance random drop and won the match, that's not going to feel good. Like, you can't really talk yourself out of that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm beating the fastest race time here by, what, 40 minutes almost? Am I doing the math right on that? Yeah, like 40 minutes. That's absurd. There's a lot of things that make me have very many feelings about this. Hi, Talik. How's it going? And I didn't want to be too negative about this. I really didn't. It's just this speedrun, this randomizer, this one made it very apparent where things can go horribly, horribly wrong. Speaking of horribly, horribly wrong, I think I'm going to die if I'm not careful. So let's be careful. Oh, shit, that hit me? I was trying to dodge it. Uh-oh. Okay. There we go. Now we're fine. My feelings are valid. Yeah, I don't know. I do. I wish there was a little bit of. I think it's too late now to course correct, most likely. And I don't know how Jupiter feels about all of this. I haven't discussed any of Jupiter's feelings about any of this. But I don't know. I don't know if you can one cycle with you probably can one cycle with Tulkas. I probably just did it wrong. There it is. So we might have gotten world record by 40 minutes. Ooh, that's, you know, was it voted on? No, it was not. Is my dragon helm off? I believe my dragon helm is on.
You lost the ability to love.
Can I check? Aw, damn it. Doesn't let me open the menu. Well, pure skill, no luck. True, I did pure skill my way into this 40-minute world record. All skill, I simply saw the code in the matrix. I simply... Hold. Which one is it? I think it's, I simply saw the code in the matrix, saw all possibilities, and just picked the correct options every single time. So, you know, when in doubt, just do that. And you can get world record 2 by 40 minutes. All right, I didn't mean to be negative about this. I think overall having community events that everyone can get around is a good thing. I am a little bit concerned that having this much money on the line can lead to a lot of negativity, especially in those that get very unlucky. And I think that could end up hurting the community more than maybe helping. I don't know. It's tough to say. Those are my opinions on it. I'm going to continue to do runs of Bounty Hunter and just kind of learn more about it. Maybe variants overall. If we run enough matches, maybe the variants will even out. I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot to talk about. We'll do more of these in the future, and I will continue to steal world records. Don't forget to subscribe and join the live streams, twitch.tv/dragonblitz.